Hello and welcome back to another installment of the Try It Out Tuesday podcast. I'm Joey Ukrop.
I'm Michael Christen. Welcome back.
So this week it was Michael's pick and we went to, I'm going to butcher the name, Jannah. And this was an Iraqi cuisine, right? And it was located very close to our house, only 0.7 miles away.
Now the internet's going to know where we live, Joe. Oh no.
Oh boy. Well, they don't know in which direction. Very close. It was located very close to a place that we went many tried out 2 days ago for burritos.
Yeah, it's right on Fulton and Masonic, so you should drive by and give it a taste. Oh man, so the food was really good. The wait times not so much, but I think it was well worth it.
Yeah, I think it's funny that Michael said, "Oh yeah, no, it was rated $1 sign on online," and then. Of course, again, like last week, we went in and it looked pretty fancy. I think there's some business dinners going on.
Oh, yeah, there's definitely some business dinners going on. Like, that's definitely when you go on a date over 50. They're going to go and take them there. But, yeah, I showed up in my biking attire and I was kind of sweating and wet from the rain. I think it looked a little out of place, but it still served us, so there you go.
So, it was interesting that it was it was a nicely adorned restaurant. There was a mural that looked like an ocean. It's like you feel like an ocean being warmed by the sun when you looked at it.
Copyright infringement.
Yeah. I'm not singing it, so it's okay. But it was very fancy, but at the same time it had brown craft tablecloths, and I held off on playing games on it up until the food took kind of a long time to get there, and then we played tic-tac-toe. As soon as we finished the game, I won. The food arrived.
Yeah, man. Quite the food. So we started off with an appetizer of hummus and pita bread, and that was really good. It was like the most yellow hummus I ever had. I think
that makes it sound
spices
appetizing.
They threw in there, and it was very tasty. All centered with an olive. And then for dinner, oh man, I had something called purta. I'm probably butchering the name of that, but it was like the sweetest dinner I ever had. It was amazing. It was a phyllo dough based dinner with had chicken, shredded chicken inside, and it was surrounded by this apricot sauce and had this whole festoonment of garbanzo beans and sliced very thinly sliced carrot. It was fantastic. I've never had anything quite like it. The amount of spices on that thing were just astounding.
You're forgetting about the nuts.
Oh yeah, and that's probably one of the key elements of the purta was there's some sort of almonds, I think, in the center, and they were nicely toasted, and you have a whole different texture to the whole thing.
I was lucky, and Michael was generous enough to let me try some of that, and it was hard to pinpoint the flavor. Like I had said at dinner that it tasted almost like there was almost a pine element of it, or something that it was more like a smell I'd experienced, but never a taste. But it was really fresh and really good. But some of the bites were more like, as Michael would put it, more like a dessert. Almost, because they had the apricot and the dough. But it was delicious. So then I got the tikka kebab. What was interesting about that is you were able to choose what style it was served. I saw other patrons were taking it in the salad form. I like to put it over rice. So I went with that, and it also came with almost like a curry with eggplant and caramelized onions and roasted bell peppers. And I think of all the things on my plate, that was definitely the all-star thing. Cause I mixed that up with that rice. So the meat was good and nicely cooked, but I think I would have liked a bigger portion of that. Interestingly enough, neither dishes were served directly with pita and hummus, which we've experienced in other places, but that was our appetizer. So anyway, but it was.
Joey can't get enough hummus.
I can't get enough hummus. I said I could sit there all day and eat hummus.
You could have gotten hummus. That was one of your options.
I know, but I thought that kind of curry type stuff seemed like it was more adventurous.
But yeah, Joey had a nice eggplant onion sort of mix and a very savory.
Yeah, I thought that was kind of curry type thing. But it was overall very good, and Michael and I actually finished absolutely everything there was to eat there.
Oh, the plate. We were in the clean plate club.
Two clean plate rangers right here. That was really good, and unlike last week's small plate fiasco, this was indeed there were generous portions. I was very happy with what I got for the price you paid. All right, Michael, so we have a few seconds left. What would be one takeaway you have about Jannah?
I think everything on the menu is probably pretty good. I tried the filet dough pastries, or filet dough sort of meal, because I haven't had anything like it. Maybe you have, I don't know. But bring a game or something to do while you're waiting. It might take a while, but it's well worth it.
Yeah, I would say overall it's a great spot, and I'm really glad we had the opportunity to go. This time I did not leave hungry, and I would say it was be worth a return visit to try out what else they have in the menu. I guess that'll do it for this installment of Try It Out Tuesday.
Until next time.
We'll see you. Bye.